Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel and for another episode of the Anime Podcast Show. Man, I cannot believe this is the final episode for Season 9. Insane. We are almost into the 10th season. Anyway, let's move on to the show as normal with the first segment. That would be new interest in anime. It's basically a series was released in between from 2022 to the present day, or it's even I was interested to take a look at during in post-COVID era. I'll be talking about a series in the Isekai world. However, you are reincarnated into another world. In that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It began as a light novel series, first serialized in the online world, in the internet, from 2013 to 2016, before being acquired by Macro Magazine and published in print in 2014. This was followed by a manga adaptation in 2015 and circulated into an anime adaptation, and the anime came out and released in 2018, along with several manga spin-offs. Now, let's talk about the anime I just mentioned. So, it's been studioed by 8-Bit, the same studio behind of Shy and Blue Lock. It's set to adapt the entire light novel series once if it's completed. So the first season aired from October 2018 to March of 2019, followed by a second season announced as a split core season, with the first half scheduled for October 2020 to January 2021 released. And then the second half aired from July to September 2021. Although the original April to July timeline was disputed by the pandemic. While we await the third season, a spin-off anime adaptation got announced that was for Slime Diaries. It was announced initially set for a January 2021 release, but it got delayed to April due to the pandemic, of course. So the studio also announced their very first feature film that would be Scarlet Bond, which premiered in November 2022 and was released internationally from January to February 2023. In November of 2022, a third season got confirmed and set to air from April to September 2024. As of October 2024, I'm writing this, while a fourth season has been announced and I'm not really sure about the second feature. What I put it in this episode, in the script, I think we are gonna get a second feature film, and I think it's gonna be expected at some point this year. I'm not really that sure, with hopes for a 2025 release and a full season in 2026. Anyway, what was my interest with this series anyway? Well, it was a roller coaster ride actually. I first tried to watch it back in 2020 and repeated the first episode, of course. Watched it like 6 times until I get the hang of it. But I didn't crack the code of why didn't I watch this show? Why didn't I, not enjoying it? So I stepped away for a couple of years until the movie was released, which helped me grasp the world better. Encouragedly, I gave it another shot and binge watched until the 4th episode of Season 1. However, I lost interest again until in 2024, when I decided to start over again. This time, I genuinely enjoyed it this time around. It was good. However, I'm still not a fan of that type of reincarnated anime, I'm saying, I do love reincarnation anime series of an isekai genre, but I'm not a fan of that type of series that is a slime or other products or whatever the thing calls. So that is it for my interest with that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Now let's move on to the last segment of the show, and that would be anime interests I was into from 2017 to 2020. So this series I got into right after Fruits Basket. At that time, it was a very new show. That series is called Fire Force. Of course, Fire Force and another series I'll be talking about, a follow-up story. However, the two shows were trending at the time was Fire Force and Dr. Stone. So I'll talk about Dr. Stone on the next episode when I talk about it. So look out for that. So I got recommended by a voice actor from the cast of Devil's a Part-Timer. He is the voice actor of Lucifer. And of course, you guys know this series. He voices Masachika in Alia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. And that is Aaron Duzmik. And I met him with two other guests in that convention called OzComic-Con. And the other two voice actors I got to meet was Caitlin Glass and Sarah Wiedenheft. So, in day 2 of that convention, they did an anime panel. He'd mentioned that, I'm talking about Aaron. He is one of the ADR writers for the dub for Fire Force. I was surprised about it, and I said, huh? I didn't even know that. And at the time, I didn't know, not only you are a voice actor, you can be a director, writer, etc. And I was like going, hang on, really? Yeah, because this is when I came back watching anime, and I never knew, because I remember watching the behind the scenes of making an episode for My Hero Academia, and Colleen Clinkenbeard, who is the voice of Luffy, she directed the series. I'm going, hang on, what? I never knew that. And also, I didn't even know she co-directing with Mike McFarlane. We know Mike as Master Roshi from Dragon Ball and Jean in Attack on Titan. I didn't know they both co-directed for Full Metal Alchemist, the original series. And I said, wait, what? And I remember I had a conversation with Colleen a while back ago during the pandemic, during the Hangouts, and I remember chat with her about My Hero, Full Metal, and I said, I never knew about voiceover actors can direct other anime projects or movies. And then she explained it to me, and I'm like, wow, that gave me a shocker. Anyway, anywho, I was super surprised. So I'd ask him about writing on Fire Force, and not going to explain what he said to me, because I can't even remember what he said to me. Of course, it's been a long time since I mentioned about this. And then, all of a sudden, I told him I'd actually wrote a script and wrote a story. I wrote my own stories, actually. And I think I wrote a TV special for something, like a reunion or something. I don't remember, but yeah. And the story I wrote, this was it was mid of 2019. Yeah, it was mid 2019. And that was based on 007 James Bond. And I remember I had it into a Netflix live action series. But now in my head and going, I want to make it into like an animated series. Like an anime style of it. I know they're doing a John Wick one. They already done a Terminator one. I know they've done a Star Wars anime series. And to be honest, a John Wick anime? Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Anyway, and crazy enough, Aaron said to me he wants to read it. I was like, oh? Wait, what? So I was shocked when he said it. And then I said, I don't have it with me. It's at home, so I didn't bring it. So anyway, back to the story here. With Fire Force, I was surprised of the dub casting. I'd really enjoyed the first season. However, with the second season got announced in December 2019 for a summer 2020 date, then the pandemic kind of interrupted the productions, and finally they were ready. However, not only the series is coming in Japanese, it's actually coming in English at the same time. As well, I was like, how they got time to dub it. And it's because they recorded it in their homes, and they recorded it early and premiered it in an online event. And it was actually organized by Funimation themselves. And it was premiered as a first episode as the online event, an online convention called Funimation Con. Man, that takes me back. Holy shit. That was a long time ago. Holy crap. Anyway, with the second season, I'd actually watched the first 3 episodes. Then I stopped, because I couldn't keep up with the schedule in English and Japanese. So I had to focus one show at a time. So maybe in the future, I'll try to come back. However, I didn't until in 2024. It was officially announced for a 3rd season at Anime Expo 2024 into a split core season. So that means we're going to have the first half in 2025 and the second half in, I think, January of 2026. I'm not really sure. So that's what I've heard. So as of now, By the time this episode comes out, the first batch episodes of season 3 came out possibly. I'm not really sure. I'll take a look at it. So that is my interest with Fire Force and my interest from 2017 to 2020. And that is it for the podcast and the season itself. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hope you guys enjoy your rest of 2025. Please comment, like, and check out more content on the YouTube channel and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Make sure to hit the notification bell. I'll see you all in season 10 on the second half of 2025. Take care, stay safe. Until next time, peace.